Circle right here on TV3. And if you're following us on social media, you're doing absolutely the right thing. Be sure, though, to add the hashtag. It's the Lady Circle. Today, we have Elikem Kumordzie in the house. Woo! He's going to be chopping it up with us all evening long. We're certainly excited about that, and I know you are as well. So let's dive straight in, guys. Are we ready?
Yes.
This one I know we're all very familiar with, the phenomenon of fake news. We live in an era where news travels faster than the speed of light, especially fake news. Whether it's about pregnancies, health, even death. There's so many stories you find on social media which turn out to be absolutely false. But I've heard from a few quarters, who cares about the truth when the lie is so much more juicy? Elikem, I'll come to you because I'm sure you've been on the receiving end or you've been the subject of fake news many times.
Yeah, every now and then, sometimes it's more exaggerated than fake. And yes, you only grow a tough skin in the industry we're in to understand that it comes with the perks of being famous or being known. And also, it's just the thing with life. Yeah. No matter what you do, there's going to be a clear divide. There's going to be people who agree with you and people who don't. And so once you come to understand that, and you come to understand that empty barrels are the ones that make the most noise, you'd realize that whatever people are chanting about, quote unquote, is just the people who probably have the time, spare time on their hands to do stuff.
I mean, you're busy. Look at you.
If you're,
I mean, you don't have time for fake news.
You don't have time to talk about people or fake the news if you're genuinely busy with the right news.
Yes. Right. I'm loving the energy you're bringing. Yes. Shots fired.
He said empty barrels.
Empty barrels. Absolutely love it. Some people seem to think that fake news, well, any kind of news is good news. Any kind of publicity is good.
That's what they say.
You know, we are in an industry where relevance is so important. Some people just come in for the sake and love and obsession of fame.
Right.
And even if it's a bad thing, they'll take it because at the end of the day, when they walk down the road, people will recognize them, good or bad. And they know that they can always turn a bad into a good. Are you one of those people where you think, oh, all publicity is good publicity?
I think all publicity is good publicity, depending on how you use it. Once there's news about you, fake, quote unquote, which travels faster, there's attention on you. There's eyes on you. And so if you can channel that, you know, audience or attention or people wanting to hear from you and see from you and put that into your work, put the pain into purpose and work with it, you'll realize that people will even start to notice you and be like, but this guy actually does good work. Why are they bashing him so much? And whatever they're bashing him for is not even that serious.
Now, there was a story that was trending very recently. I think it's the latest in line of fake news. Steve Harvey and his wife. And there were rumors swirling that she was having an affair with the pool boy, with the bodyguard.
Or the chef.
With the chef. I don't even know if the driver was involved at this point, but all sorts of rumors. And we found out subsequently, you know, from the players involved that it was completely false. Anita, I saw people jubilating. Sometimes, is it a case of misery loves company, so we amplify the negative news? Even right here, Lady Circle, when we cut certain clips and we put it on the socials.
Helen, do you want to go there?
Maybe not. Let's leave to the issue.
Because you know something, my dad says, that's what my dad said. I'm like, I have to talk. But I mean, it comes with a job. No matter how careful you try to be, the moment you decide to fuel it, it blows up. And sometimes it blows up in your face. So one thing I've learned over the years, and there are two people I've learned this thing from. I learned it the hard way because I was that kind of person that previously, I don't poke my nose into people's stuff, basically. So I felt like, oh, people will not talk about me, or people do not have to talk about me.
Unless Wallah makes you do that.
You get it. But at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, people will talk about you. Even when you're minding your business, they will talk about you. But Elikem, they spoke about you some time back and talking about Sarkodie. You made some comments about his outfit. And you were trying to tell his designer what to, you know, do next time. But it blew up and
in my face, huh?
In your face.
Elikem, you're like, brave.
Who are you, Elikem, to talk about?
Wow.
About Sarkodie that, you know, I'm a big Sark fan. I'm part of the people who said
You
that.
bombasted me, Sam.
I did not bash you, but I was like, Elikem, that's my favorite you are talking about.
So it wasn't actually directed to put down anyone or tear down anyone. Or, I was just pinpointing a fashion flaw on one of our greats. Sarkodie is...
Oh, Sarkodie, not Shatta.
Yeah.
Oh, then 4 more to do. I thought it was Shatta. I know you will not go there. Sarkodie, rather.
So Sarkodie,
Because
Why
that's not for like,
you
you see the way my ear...
You see how they feel Shatawale?
so-
If you like make you wear Shada, make the Shada no. I go Sakela.
He will set up a camera for you very soon. Elikem, what do you do? Elikem.
You know what's crazy about the Shatawale I know? Oh, Elikem, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Shatawale is that guy, like, and so when I see him on social media and I see the contrast, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
he's
It's
really,
all showbiz.
it's either he's really
Really?
upset
Yeah.
or he's doing it for showbiz, you know. But the Shatawale I know, trust me.
But the
You call me-
Sarkodie, you know.
And like I said, I was just pointing out a fashion flaw. And it's crazy because Hajara was sitting beside me. And I said to Hajara, actually, this thing that I'm coming to post, Ghanaians will come at me.
You knew it.
I didn't think it will be that crazy, though.
Yeah.
But I knew, yes, people were going to come at me. And there are people saying, what kind of designer do you think you are? What have you done that to... And you see, for me, I was just happy I was able to point it out. And again, there were the people that liked the picture actually was over 11,000 likes, and there was only like 1,000 comments.
Yeah.
And out of the 1,000 comments, there must have been maybe half of them that was bad. And so I was looking more at the people who liked the picture, which was 11,000. That was more than, again, the empty barrels that would just make the noise.
Yes. Why didn't you feel that you could probably DM him personally or something? Why put it in a public space?
I think DMing him would have been personal and straight to him.
Okay, so it would have- okay.
It was pointing out a fashion flaw in general.
In general,
To say the
okay.
mediocrity in the fashion space in Ghana is a lot. Why are you going to put out, or why would you create something and have such a flaw and put it out on someone like that?
Yeah.
You know, so to speak. It wasn't a personal attack.
I do want to ask, and bringing a legal perspective as we talk about this, because we can laugh about fake news, but sometimes somebody spreading information about you which is untrue can be very damaging. Yeah. We call that defamation.
Right.
Do you think that more people should be going down the legal route and suing so that people learn some harsh lessons or not? In fact, Cardi B in the States, she recently sued a lady for a lot of money for spreading false rumors about her. This lady is now bankrupt, and Cardi B says, I will not stop until I take everything, because all she had to do, this lady, was to retract her statement and apologize. She said, lie.
Well,
she's sticking to her
She's
guns.
a social commentator.
That's right.
I've forgotten her name. Short
Yes.
hair, a social commentator. To her stance was, if I fold to you, Cardi B, I'm going to have to fold to every single person. So she was standing her ground because this was her bread and butter. This is what gives her money.
Right.
If all of a sudden she's seen to be pandering to Cardi B or withdrawing, then everybody was going to come at her.
Well, now she's bankrupt, so what was her bread and butter is no longer bread, no longer butter. There's no bread or butter on the table
She will
because
drink
Cardi B...
soaking sense.
Exactly. Because Cardi
Gary
B
soaking should
says,
be okay for her.
take it back and apologize. But because people are often seen to, famanyame, people double down on these lies, and it can ultimately ruin your life. Should we be going the legal route?
People fail to verify these stories and put them out so that they're able to get the views and the watches and the clicks and the so on and so forth to promote their pages, to give them, you know, more appraisal,
likes
so on
and
and so
all
forth. And so it's a practice that must stop, yes, and there's a lot of people who take legal action.
Yeah.
As for me, they haven't knocked me in any way, shape, or form for me to want to go the legal route.
Okay.
I think what is difficult about actually, you know, going the route of the law, specifically with a social media world, is you have several platforms posting the same thing. Who exactly are you attacking? Sometimes finding the source of even the information is very difficult. I've heard of a few people taking the legal route here. Whether I think some time ago, Yvonne Nelson had
That's
sued
right.
somebody for defamation, etc. Just a few things, but we never know the outcome as to whether people are actually paying out these
Oh, yes,
monies
there have
for,
been some
for
successful
defamation.
But you know,
stories,
when they
for
pay,
sure.
then we don't really hear
We
about
don't hear it. We hear about the case
Yeah.
being taken, but we don't hear about the after effects. So that, I think, in itself doesn't really encourage people to do it. And in the creative space,
How many people can you even sue? That's the thing.
but we're also looking for money. Let's be honest. The creative space is not a place where money is falling down on trees. And the legal system, to be able to take full, to be able to use it to
You need to have a claim.
You need to have
First of all,
a claim. You need to have
yes.
money.
Yes.
You yourself have to
Yeah.
have money. The one that's going there to.
Yeah,
to,
I mean,
you have to
ultimately,
have
your lawyer will
money.
ask you, does the person you're suing even have
the money?
Because you win in court, and if you can't shake a penny out of them, but at least it sends a signal.
500 CDs a month.
You know,
Exactly.
it sends a signal
doesn't
that
make
you
sense.
are not taking this lightly, and maybe somebody watching from the sidelines might think, maybe I too
But it
should."
can bankrupt you to do that. So
Yeah.
is it really worth it?
Exactly. So you see,
Depends.
it's the
Is it
reason
really
why
worth
most
it?
of them would rather sit back, okay, it will die down. Okay, I won't say anything, or I'll just make a post or two and just let it go. Because if you are not financially stable, the system will stress you.
That's right.
You will just run out of cash. And at the same time, you will come back here and be miserable. At the end of the day, the industry, be it music, be it the movies, it's not really like it used to be.
Not to bring in something that we're not discussing, but this whole even Afia situation, where
Yeah.
people are accusing her of the drug use, etc., etc. A lot of people are saying things, but nobody's bringing evidence.
Concrete evidence, yeah.
You know, nobody's
and
bringing
so in a
concrete. No, until
situation like
somebody
Afia's
actually brings
situation,
concrete evidence, she can actually sue
Yes.
for defamation. The question is, this is something that's come up so many times. Why isn't she suing?
You know, and this is a tag that has been on her for years.
So, but ask
So
yourself
meaning
why
that-
she's not suing.
Now,
Exactly.
it depends on who is saying what. You won't sue like a regular social media user. However,
Like media houses
however,
or
you
pundits?
sue. Yes. So, for example, we sat here and said verbatim that for sure, we know we've seen her ABC.
Yes.
Then
You
she
have
can
to
sue
prove that,
exactly.
okay.
And so, on a platform like this, depending on the audience and so on and so forth, it could affect her brand in a way, and so she can
Yeah.
take that on. But you're not going to sue every other Tom, Dick, and Harry on social media for just saying
Yeah.
use drugs and so on
But
and so
people
forth.
just go and just
Depends on
say
who.
anything, and
Oh
I
yeah,
think
people
that's unfair.
talk, which is why I'm saying, whether you do A or you do B, people will talk. And so
Exactly.
you need to understand that the industry.
That's why
you're
we'll
in.
do C. Well, we've spoken a lot about other celebrities, but we have a big celebrity in our midst. Like he said, not only is he, does he have his own fashion line, he's an actor, he's an entrepreneur, he's a model, he's a father, and a good one at that. He's everything
I
rolled
like the
in.
father part. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Everything rolled into one. We want to get to know him a little bit more and talk about everything that he dabbles in. But before we do that, we have a quick video that we'd like to watch, and then when we come back, we get into it. Yes, absolutely mesmerizing. I mean, Helen in the studio said, hey, you creative, you are showing us something.
Truly.
Really showing us that was beautiful, creative, well executed. And what actually stands out
Thank
is the
you,
whole
thank you.
sequence.
Thank you.
You know, do men wear sequins?
Yes,
That's
so,
such a brave choice
you know,
of fabric.
It's crazy. I Googled myself recently. Someone said something, and like, you're one of the top fashion designers in Ghana. I said, me? No, I'm just in my little corner doing my thing. He said, Google yourself and see. So top fashion designers in Ghana, and Elikem is first 10. And I was like, oh, wow.
Wow.
And the article they wrote was, I was edgy, and I love to push limits and boundaries and so on and so forth. And I was thinking to myself, I actually do. And this, to answer your question, I think men run away from shiny a lot. It doesn't make me any less of a man to want to wear shiny or want to wear pink or peach or carry a purple bag. They're just colors. Now, colors, of course, some of them say they have meanings and they're identifiable with gender and so on and so forth. But that's the thing about being a creative. You need to break boundary. You need to break the wall down. You need to push the limits. You need to step outside the box, as cliche as it is. And so that's what I do. I put shiny on men and I make it a little more masculine. And the whole sequence collection was just to depict that, just to make the man a little more comfortable to be shiny.
Yeah, so would you say you're gender fluid in your fashion approach? Let me not get you in trouble.
Not necessarily.
When they put the sauce in. In fact, what you're wearing right now is really nice.
Thank
I
you.
absolutely love
Thank
it.
you.
I'm
Thank
thinking
you.
this with a nice pair of heels, a nice pair of stilettos.
I can wear this.
There
Maybe
you
tuck
go.
it in half.
Tack it half like a French.
Oh, do you know something? So quite recently,
more.
Kwabna,
Right.
Yes.
came under some backlash, and even this week, Kitty posted a video wearing this
The short.
Looks like a flared skirt.
You know, and some of the comments were like, "Oh, now you are inspired by someone." I don't want to mention his name. You're inspired by this. Oh, you. Very, very funny comments. Do you think that people are still struggling to accept that we can be diverse when it comes to style? Because I would love to see my man in shorts.
People are afraid to embrace change, period, generally. Fashion is like that. People be like, why is he wearing baggy pants, a trim, with a trim, slim fits now, so until it becomes fashion again, and so on and so forth. There's nothing wrong with what Kitty was wearing. If you ask me as a fashion expert, I like to call myself.
Fashion expert. Okay. You don't see anything wrong with what he was wearing?
No. It's fashion forward. He's a musician. He needs to look different. He needs to stand out.
Yeah.
He needs to make a statement, and that's what he did. So, Charlie, Kitty's flowing, man. And look, they let them talk, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
What's
He
your
looked like he was
clientele?
unbothered by the
He was very unbothered, you know, doing his dance.
Yeah.
I don't know what Kitty has been through, but he looks like he's evolved from the Kitty that started.
Yes.
And they say evolve or die. 50 Cent said that. And I'm happy where Kitty's at, and I don't think Kitty would be bothered by even like a lint
He's
of
in a very different
noise in his-
space right now.
I mean, he just turned 30.
He's flowing, man.
And you know when you turn that corner, you've already seen some small shaggy. You're ready for the
Yeah,
world.
man.
You're ready for the world.
What is your clientele, or who are the people that you gravitate towards to?
So my clothes, I recently realized that it depicts affordable luxury. And so unfortunately, or fortunately for us as a brand, it's middle to upper class. Every now and then we find ourselves trying to cater to everybody else, because the fact that you're not middle to upper class yet doesn't mean you'll never be middle to upper class. You will make money in the future. You could make money in the future if you get serious at your work. And so we try to do discount sales every now and then so that those who can afford it yet but want to affiliate with the brand and want to also wear something luxury, affordable luxury, can also grab a bit of it.
Oh, wow.
I'd be selling shirts for 100 cedis, buy two, get one free.
No.
So how come you've
haven't
always
heard?
thought that your shirts are selling for 1,000 CDs?
I have an outfit on my online store that's coming out that's selling for $2,000. That's a little over 20,000 Ghana cedis. And it's because...
For an outfit?
Yes. The fabric is all handmade. It's exclusive. You won't find anywhere else.
Okay.
I mean, it's sequence. It's part of the sequence collection, and that's $2,000.
Yeah.
However, on the same online platform, I have a shirt for 250 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
So
What
depending
section
on
is that? That's my section.
So we go and check it out and see if we can buy like 10.
That's our section.
Exactly.
lower left corner,
Write that down, please.
scroll down. And so-
Did you ever let go of this?
No. This is what has gotten me business from day one.
Yeah.
I used to walk around Rhapsodies when I had no clients with them. The first time I forgot my tape around my neck. And I went out. And the security guy was like, hey, what do you tape on? And I'm saying, I forgot.
Yeah.
And then I just walked through anyhow. I was like, Charlie, let's see what happens today.
Yeah.
And like joke, are you a tailor? Did you make the shirt? Oh. And that was it. Took
No,
my
it was
number, sent me
brilliant.
money, and
Who
so,
came up with the idea? Was it you or somebody else came up
like
with
I
the idea?
said, I forgot and was wearing the tape around. I'll be working and I have to go somewhere and the tape
you
is
just
around my
put
neck.
it
Okay. So
And
it wasn't
tailors do that a
accidental.
lot.
Yes.
We forget.
Yeah. Do you ever think back on your Big Brother days? You know, especially now when we are seeing all these seasons of Big Brother, come and they're literally blowing people
crazy.
up to the
Yeah.
point of millionaires and things like that. Obviously, when you went at that time, it was big, but it didn't have the after effect
Kind of,
yes,
attraction that it has
that
right
it
now,
did.
true.
Does it make you think, oh, I
I
wish
should have waited.
I'd gone now?
No, a lot of people say the season I was on was the best season yet. So they say, for Big Brother Africa. So Big Brother Africa is an entirely different game from Big Brother Niger.
That's right.
And with Big Brother Africa, you have people coming from different cultures, different accents, different mannerisms, different so and so and so. And so it was a different environment. We had to fly out of Ghana. They put us in a
That's it,
hotel. They'll keep you with your chaperone. You're not allowed to go out to see your other housemates because it's supposed to be a big element of surprise. And so it was an entirely different experience. However, yes, it didn't have as much impact, but it did have a lot of impact. I was the first Ghanaian to ever make it to the finals, so it was big for me upon my return. And so for me, I was going into the house and I wasn't so famous. I was in a couple movie covers. I dressed 1 or 2 celebrities. Nobody really knew me. So it was still 0 to 100 by the time I came back. And it was overwhelming. And I didn't know then what I know now and how to use the fame and the name and the game. And, you know, there was a lot of controversy around me at the time and, you know, all of that. I didn't know to use pain into purpose. You know, and so, yes, if it was in today's time and era, I would, of course, capitalize on that and milk the situation, you know, to the T.
Yeah, it was such an entertaining season. You were given as the slangs, the rush.
Oh, yeah.
the slangs.
But which year was that?
You know?
2013.
Yeah.
A decade ago.
Yeah. We'd
Elikem
love to see him
back in the house, for sure.
Or maybe this time they put in, you know, all of Africa's top, what is it, designers and tailors. That could be another little juicy reality show.
Yeah.
The powers that be, call me. In any case, we're having so much fun still here on the Ladies Circle. We're taking a very quick spin around. Don't go anywhere. There's more to come.